So, this is after today's workout, which I will upload in a few hours, and it'll be named Part 3. Um, I'm not a bodybuilder. This is sort of a post workout pump, but the video that you will see is Part 2. Um, again, this is a post workout pump check for Part 3. I am no longer cutting, I just can't. I was just seeing how I would look at 220, and I had a coach that said that he wants me to compete because of my physique. I just always happen to accidentally train in a aesthetic type of manner with a well balanced routine where every muscle is targeted. So I have the build of a bodybuilder, maybe, but I'm really like a power lifter at heart. I just love to lift heavy. And so here we go with the workout. The famous pink slippers. I think 233. So I am getting stronger. And I'm going to go down the techniques and ideology behind my training that's been getting me stronger and more jacked. This is part 2. I did this probably like 3 days ago. Today, I finished a similar workout. We'll call that part 3, and I got stronger once again. I believe here it was just 315s, nice and deep, controlled on the way down, and repping to fail. I could be wrong, but let's see what happens. Yeah, I'm going past fail here, I think. So, part 1, I felt strong. Part 2, I broke records and got stronger. And today's workout, once again, I got stronger. But I'll post today's workout in a few hours. But today was pull and legs. And tomorrow I'm going to be doing push. So here, going heavier. And it felt smooth, difficult, but smooth. Targeting the quads here, close stands, going as deep as I could. And once again, this is part 2. I got like 25 to 30% stronger compared to my lifts in part 1. But I am heavier here, and in today's workout, I'm also a little bit heavier. I think I'm not gonna cut anymore because I wasn't like, it's cool having abs, but I didn't like feeling like small, and I just felt skinny. I think here I'm just going through technique. Uh, I think I remember doing negatives and some pauses in the bottom. So I would say I only did 3 sets of these quad focus squats. So this has been like really painful on my wrist, but part 1 extremely painful on the wrist. Part 2 I felt a little bit better, and today, which I'll upload in a few hours, part 3, I felt way more healed up in my wrist. So it's all working. The recovery, the amount of sets that I'm doing is like just perfect as far as progression. I'm not overtraining, but I do feel CNS fatigue, just central nervous system, like a little bit of a disconnect between my mind and body. And that's how I know that my CNS, my central nervous system, is a little burnt out. All right, so Smith Machine 315s. I noticed here it's a level higher. So although I did break a record and I felt stronger and it was just way smoother and more control in part 2 of this incline Smith, part 1 was one level lower. So I have to revisit this just to see if I'm stronger in the lower incline. But I'm just not really focusing on technique, just trying to push for power and seeing how many reps I could obtain to see if I got stronger compared to the last time. And I did feel stronger. But once again, this incline is a little bit, actually it might be the same level as part 1. But the control was way better. The reps were way smoother. And although they're not full range of motion, I'm working up to that. So I just want to feel it and train myself to do 315s with full range of motion. Oh, I fail here. So that's how I know I'm getting stronger, because today's workout, part 3, you'll see me pull this up for reps. Being that I failed, I quickly took off 25s and I went straight to the 405. Even failing on the lift, that itself gets you really strong. Just be careful, because the heavier it is and the more of a chance that it's a failed lift, there could be a higher risk of injury. But here I'm just repping the 405s since I couldn't get the set before this. And I recommend a belt because it's just a lot of work where your lower back is going to be extremely fatigued. 315s on the military press. This is one lift that I've been really wanting to accomplish. And so part 1, I did 245s and 210s on each side, and it looked like a struggle. Here, the 315s, even though it's not full range of motion, I felt way stronger than part 1. And I think this is just for reps. Going full range of motion, touching the chest, pausing and pushing. That develops your power and size on the shoulders. So yeah, my wrist has been recovering, and I was surprised I was even able to work with the 315s in the last set. And again, I don't stress the technique. I just make sure it feels good on my joints. And just half repping and feeling that weight will drastically improve your power. I don't recommend anybody to lift the way that I lift, because it's very dangerous. Like here, my shoulders are already tired from 315s, and I go past fail with the 225s. And then now look at this. Now here I'm doing a pin press. Like, don't lift like this, because you could get hurt in your joints and tendons. This was 355 for 1 rep. Once you get that rep all the way up, just with a negative on the way down, control it and fight against it. This is another fail. And these are interesting because I push so hard to try to get it that I get extremely lightheaded. So believe it or not, that's actually a good sign. But before I talk more about that, 315s here for rep. This is the sticking point of the bench press for most people. So if you train this movement, you'll just feel extremely explosive with your regular barbell flat bench press, because you're training your weakness. But I do not recommend you do these in your workouts. I'm just revisiting old school powerlifting techniques that got me strong in the past, but they also did get me a little bit hurt because I wasn't managing the recovery in between these lifts accurately. So here, 315s, the pin is on the bottom, so it stops exactly where it meets my chest. I pause for a second, and then I give it a good push. This is another thing that gets you strong, but expect shoulder pain and tendonitis. Here is a bit more like bodybuilding style, controlling on the way down and getting that full range of motion. Half reps for constant tension on the upper chest. I'm trying to get some size in my upper chest. So here I do a drop set. Every set you're going to see the weights reduce. And just really trying to beat that muscle up. Being that I did the half reps in the past sets, I wasn't really getting that stretch in my upper chest. So here I stress the chest just for muscular hypertrophy and development. But I've been doing hypertrophy for a while in isolation, bodybuilding style, that I just got bored of it. And my style is, I guess what they call ego lifting. I love going heavy. I love the adrenaline rush, how you feel beat up after a heavy set. So revisiting that, now I'm having a lot of fun. And that's what's going to motivate you to keep getting results, is that you have fun with these lifts. So you look forward going to the gym and, seeing yourself getting stronger. So here, like, once I like fail and I'm just tired and my muscles just beat up, I rest for like 10-15 seconds, and then I try to sneak in a few more extra repetitions. But again, I do not recommend this. There's workouts that are safer that I have in my YouTube account that you guys could check out. Those I highly recommend because those are ones where I am fully confident that you won't get injured. And none of my clients right now have gotten any injuries from these extreme, well, not extreme, but high intensity heavy lifts. So go check those out. But these lifts are just for my personal, um, I guess, my own personal journey towards these powerlifting and bodybuilding movements. But they're kind of risky, so uh, I wouldn't recommend them. But look out for that video, part 3, in a few hours. So you can see how every video I get stronger. Part 1, part 2, part 3. And this is probably within the 7, maybe 10-day span. It's not like a few months. This is just a few days. That's why I've been recording this, because the progress in strength and size, well, the progress and strength that I've been getting has been amazing, and the recovery. But now I'm even more excited because I'm not going to be cutting anymore. So the size is going to come in quick, and the strength and power. Because all my carbohydrates are probably going to be like 40% higher. My protein is going to be 20%, no, like 15% higher. So that's going to build me some size and strength for sure.